Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Coober Pedy Opal. Today we have this dark crystal opal. It may look like some lightning ridge material, but actually it is mined from the Coober Pedy. It's got some real nice green blue, big flash on the side. You can see the nice colour. And from the top, because it's so clear and there's no sand on it, you can see that colour is starting to show through. So I do have high hopes for this stone. I think it will face alright and we will get a nice piece out of it. You can even see red back there. But that colour on the side, it does real nice green flashes and blue. But I believe this stone should cut from the top after looking at for a fair while. And we should be able to cut a nice little oval or rectangle, some sort of stone out of it. When I was showing you guys the stone to start with, you would have seen there was a fair bit of sand on the back, and there's like clear potch, then a line of sand through it. So we're going to have to take off all that potch and then get down to the sand, grind through the sand. Then we'll have a crystal opal. Because this stone being so clear, if I leave that sand in the back, it's just going to have a terrible effect on the stone. And you're looking from the top, you'll just see sand in the back, and it won't look very nice. Plus, leaving sand in the stone can shrink over time as moisture leaves the sand. It can cause opal to crack. So I always try to get sand out of my pieces. But yeah, first step of cutting this stone is going to be take that sand out, and then we can go around the sides, make all the sides vertical, and then go from the top and see how the stone is facing. As you guys can see, at the moment I'm just going around the top of the stone and just digging the wheel into any bits of sand, just to try to lift them out and make sure there's no sand that goes all the way through the stone. But yeah, usually if it's on the side, I'll just roll it and give it a bit of a dome, but if it's in the middle, I will have to grind the top of it down. But trying to get sand out, I try to lose as minimum carats as possible, because at the end of the day, the more carats you have, the more money you're going to get for a stone. So as carefully as I can, I get the sand out, but you're always going to lose some stone and opal. Now that I've got all the sand out of the stone and I've got the sides pretty much vertical, I can see there's a rough oval there, so that's the shape I'm going to go for. But so far this colour is facing amazing. You can see real bright pattern and I'm very happy with it. Now that I've got the rough shape and it's on a dob stick, I can now move down to the finer wheels. This wheel is still 600, which is, but it's a nova wheel compared to the last wheel I used. The last wheel I used was 600 diamond wheel, and this 600 nova wheel it doesn't take off as nowhere near as much material as the diamond wheel, and it's softer, so I can get out any bumps a lot easier. But overall, I prefer, as soon as I get a stone on a dob stick, I always go to nova wheels, because it's easier to, you still can take a fair bit of material off, but it's a lot easier to control and you can get bumps out a lot easier. looking at this opal from the top, you can see that dark area in the middle. That's actually the dob stick, and that just proves how clear this stone is. It's a real crystal opal. But for Coober Pedy, this stone is really dark. I'm amazed how dark this piece is. We only mined it a few months ago, but seeing Coober Pedy produce dark opal like this is actually amazing to see. Although this stone is a slight bit directional, like when you look at it, some angles aren't full of colour, it is still an amazing stone. You see some of those flashes and they are super bright and amazing colour. I'll zoom into it here now. Looking at that colour, that is just amazing. Bright blue flashes, nice bits of green in there as well. Just like there, that's nice bits of green. But I'm very happy with how this stone is coming out. So guys, this is a finished piece here. After using the 600 Nova wheel, I went on to the 1200 Nova. Then I went on to the 3000 Nova. Then I went on to the leather wheel. And you can see this is a finished product now. It is absolutely amazing. Really clear piece, and for Coober Pedy, like I said, real dark piece as well. But there's a lot of blue in here, a little bit of green, not as much green as blue, but super nice colour overall. I was hoping for a bit of red to pop through, but we didn't manage to get any of that. On the side you can still see little bits of red. But overall I'm extremely happy with how it came out. I've still got to do the back, obviously still got to polish the back. It's sanded down, ready to polish. But I just need to put it on the dob stick and polish it. But this stone is so clear, when I put it over my finger you can actually see the little lines of my fingerprint through it. That is how clear this piece is. But thank you guys for watching this episode of Coober Pedy Opal. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly enjoyed cutting this piece, seeing it go from a piece of rough to now polished beautiful stone. But thank you all for watching, and hopefully we can see you in the next episode.